To make an applique, the best thing to do is to use BondaWeb. It's heat activated fabric glue and it comes on a piece of paper. First thing you do is draw your shape onto the paper side of the BondaWeb. Just use a pencil, it means you can rub out any mistakes you make. Then take the BondaWeb across the ironing board. You're going to fuse it using the hottest possible setting, so on 3 dots, cotton. Iron your fabric flat first and then place the BondaWeb onto it, making sure you've got the glue side down, paper side up, otherwise it'll stick to your iron. Take the iron, place it on it, it'll take about 5 seconds to fuse it. Make sure you keep moving it round until all the BondaWeb is fused onto your fabric. Next step is to cut out your shape. It's a lot easier cutting out fabric that has BondaWeb on it than just fabric. This is because the paper helps the fabric act a bit more like paper. Don't panic if you go off the lines a little bit. In a minute, it's only you going to know where the lines are because the paper's going in the bin. That's now your shape with the BondaWeb stuck to it. Get your background fabric, pick a thicker one, it'll support your stitching better, and then rip the paper backing off your shape. Lay it in its place and then cover it with a piece of plain paper or a pressing cloth if you have one and press it again. Still same hot setting, and you're trying to melt the glue to stick it onto the background fabric, and there you have it, stuck in place. Now we're going to stitch it. This red line here on your presser foot shows the middle of a stitch. Right, we're going to start stitching round the shape. We're using a satin stitch, which on this machine is 5-2 buttonhole. I'm going to put the red line on the presser foot so it's just inside the shape. Do a couple of stitches using the balance wheel just to start us off, and then we're going to put our toe down. If you just let the fabric feed through at its own speed, you'll get a nice even stitch. If you notice, that red line is just inside the shape. Also, my hands aren't gripping onto the fabric, they're kind of just hovering. They're just there ready to move the fabric slightly to the side as and when you need it. Now there might come a point where you think that it's going a little bit wonky and you can't get it to stay on, in which case lift your toe up, wind the needle so it's down, lift the presser foot up so you can tweak the fabric, put it back down and then start off again. There we go, same again, needle down, presser foot up and down. We're just wiggling it a little bit just to keep that red line just inside the shape. And again, I'm not pressing hard to grip that fabric, I'm just steering it round. Needle down, presser foot up to wiggle it. It's only a fraction of a millimetre wiggle, but it just keeps it on line. And we're going to keep going until we get to the corner. Now when you get to the corner, go as far as you dare with your toe and then use your balance wheel to get your needle to the outside of the corner. Lift your press foot up to pivot it, couple of stitches with your balance wheel to get yourself going again, and then off you go, toe down. It does get easier the more you do it. Straight lines are the easiest to sew. Big curves, next easiest. Little curves, really quite tricky. So try and keep your shape simple to start yourself off. And there we go, on a nice straight bit now just to finish off. When we get to the corner, we're going to make sure that our satin stitch overlaps the first one. And needle up, press the foot up, snip your threads, and there you have it. Applique. piece of fabric attached to another piece of fabric using satin stitch.